It's time for a Dice Tower How to Play with Jake Wylie.
Hey, this is Jake Wylie. Now, living in Minnesota, I find myself envying those Miami Dice guys and their beautiful climate more than a few months out of the year. But instead of whining, I find that nothing keeps the heart warm like a good old-fashioned bar brawl.
Now, I'm not recommending you start a ruckus at your local watering hole. Far from it. I'm recommending you check out Innfighting, the standalone D&D dice game. You love rolling dice, don't you? Who doesn't? And there's always a place at every gaming table for a lighthearted jaunt that's more about craziness and chaos than high-pressure strategy. At least from time to time, right?
D&D. Isn't that RPG stuff? Well, yes, but this fast and fun game is merely its theme inspired by that epicenter of what's what in any D&D town, the tavern. And on just about any given night, in just about any given tavern across any D&D landscape, there's bound to be some infighting.
Alright, first, every player gets an adventurer, dealt from the yellow adventurer deck. There's also a brown action deck, which have bystanders, which distract attacks and give your adventurer special abilities, and action cards, which are basically different tricks you spring on your opponents. Everybody gets 2 of these. Bystanders face up, actions face down. Now, these don't come with the game, but you're going to need some sort of way of keeping track of the adventurers and bystanders' hit points. I like using these, where the silver count is 1 and the red count is 5. You see, on their card in the upper left corner of the stat block, each character shows their starting hit points. So here we go, let's get them out for everybody. Good. Now, to cut to the chase, when you bash up someone else, they lose hit points, and you take them, and they become your victory points. First player to 20 victory points wins. Alright, so we've got the cards dealt and the hit points distributed. It's time to begin the brawl. Everyone rolls a d20 for initiative, and the highest roll, red there, goes first. Roll them brawl dice, red. Wait, brawl dice? Yeah, where you can roll either punch, chair, or a power, which are called attack dice, or ale or luck, which are action dice. So let's see what we've got. Looks like a little bit of everything. Let's group them up. The attack dice go together on the bottom here, and the action dice on top. Now, red has a decision to make. She can use the punch dice to attack the opponent to her left. She can use the chair die to attack the opponent to her right. Or she can use the power die to use a special attack against the opponent who is currently in the lead with the most victory points. Since we're just starting and the score is tied, it would be her choice.
Watch out now, my fists are flying!
Good choice. After all, there are 2 dice going toward that attack, so when she goes to punch Orange's adventurer, she's rolling her d20 and adding 2. 21. But does that hit? Well, basically everything hits. But if you roll this skill number here, or better, you do the higher damage. If you roll below it, the lesser. 21's more than 11, so she punches for 2 damage. The hit points get taken away. Sorry, Durian. And become 2 victory points for red.
That's right, you watch yourself, darling.
Now it's Orange's turn, so it's time for another roll of the brawl dice. However, the action dice stay on the table, for reasons you'll soon see. Alright, looks like we've got 3 punch dice and 3 luck dice. Once 3 of those are on the table, you can draw up a brown action card. Then pick up all the dice and roll again. With 3 ale dice, you get to heal back hit points. More on that later. Looks like Orange wants to capitalize on that big punch, so he rolls his d20. Ooh, only 7. But add the 3 punch dice and you've got 10. Right on the nose. Looks like this punch is doing 3 damage to Green's Paladin. Or is it? You see, when you're about to take 3 or more damage or be taken down to 0, you get a defense die roll. That's this red one here. If you roll one of the faces on the bottom of your card, that action happens instead of the full damage. So let's see what Green's got here. Rolls the power icon. What does that mean? Looks like her armor reduces the damage by 2. Instead of 3, she only takes 1 damage.
That's right, sugar.
But Orange still gets that point. Now it's Green's turn. What's she shaking? Looks like a punch to the left or a chair to the right. Unless she wants an action card. Nope, She's going to go for orange's fighter. Maybe a little payback, right? Not so fast. With only one die for your attack, you can only go after that player's bystander, if he's got one. With 2 or more, it's your choice. So orange's bystander is going to take this one. Green rolls, and that's a solid 19 total. That'll do 3 damage, taking him out. Unless, of course, orange can have some success with his bystander's defense roll. No dice. Bummer. Now green gets those 3 hit points as victory points, and a bonus of 2. It's true. If you knock out a bystander, you get 2 bonus victory points from the bank. If you knock out an adventurer, well, it depends, but you can find the knockout bonus on their card here. Now it's blue's turn. Looks like a couple punches and a power, but blue's finally going to use the luck dice and draw an action card. Looks like another bystander. Now blue picks up all the dice and re-rolls them and gets to make an attack. Looks like we're rolling for something big here. And what an attack it is. 4 punch dice going for the red player. But how's the roll? 23? Psh, yeah, that's doing high damage, unless red can get lucky with the defense die. Luck face. Ooh, miasma. The attack misses, and red gets back at blue by taking a hit point from the monk and her bystander. 2 more victory points. Solid. Alright, so after 1 complete turn, looks like red's got 4, orange has 1, green's in the lead with 5, and blue's yet to bring the hurt. It's red's turn again, and she picks up the attack dice and rolls them. An ale and a luck. Not yet ripe for the picking, but there's a nice trio of punch dice. Goodness, is it me, or are these dice a little heavy-handed this game? I'm sorry. Even better for red, her bystander grants a +1 to punch damage. Alright, so clearing the area here. Looks like we've got a 19 total. Whew! And these D20s are red hot. Orange rolls defense and gets to reduce the damage by 2 and only takes 1 damage. Looks like he learned something from green's paladin there. And, of course, yes, changing out the victory points is always a good thing. It's orange's roll, and now that the defense die shows an action sign, it stays on the table. He rolls the rest, and gets to choose between a punch or a chair. Gonna go for that bystander, eh?
No captain of the guard is gonna get in my way.
That's enough for high damage. Can red defend? Nope. And orange gets the 2 hit points, plus the 2 bonus for taking out a bystander. But hold on. Green's got an action card on the ready. What's it say? Biting wit. When a bystander's knocked out, green gets to claim the victory points instead. Ooh, sneaky. Now it's green's turn, and it looks like we've got our first trio of ales. So green's gonna heal. So the player with the most victory points gives those victory points to heal that player's adventurer, equal to the number of ale dice rolled. Any leftovers go to the bank. Green looks around the table and sees that red is the opponent with the most victory points. But wait a second, counters red. Look at yourself. You've got the most. You're gonna have to heal yourself, buddy. Really? Well, green still heals 1 point to maximum. The leftover 2 go to the bank. Then green will roll all the Not so fast! Looks like blue's got an action card too. What's her deal? Uh-oh. After an opponent takes an ale action, blue gets to take the same ale action too. Green's still in the lead, and gets tapped for more hit points. Blue's monk heals to full, and the leftover 2 go to the bank.
Alright, can I roll these dice now? Sheesh.
Get over it, green. What have you got? Looks like another big punch is rolled out. But with a not-so-big roll. That means she'll do the lower damage, which is 1. And the monk takes a jab, while green takes a victory point. Now blue's gonna roll. Let's see if we can get some powers rocking. Hey-oh, check it out. Now powers attack the opponent with the most victory points, and right now, red and orange are tied at 5. So blue gets to choose, and decides on orange. That's probably a good idea. If you look at her power, this magnificent crane kick can do up to 6 damage, while somehow healing her too. That'll do. No luck on the defense, and Durian is out of the fight. Let's not forget the knockout bonus now. So, in a single ridiculous kick, Green scores 6, make that 10 victory points, and heals up 2, and poor Orange is without an adventurer. What to do? Any bystanders would stay in play, and in the meantime, Orange can't be targeted, and he can't play an action card. On his turn, he'll draw up 1 adventurer and 1 action card and get back in the brawl. It's the end of the second turn, and the tide certainly has shifted. Red and Orange are tied at 5. Green's fallen back to 4, and Blue's shot ahead with 10. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and guess we've got the hang of it here. What do you say we fast forward to closing time to see how this tavern tangled turns out? It looks like Blue is currently sitting on 16 points. That kick has been paying off, and she's about to unleash another one on Orange again. This could close out the night, folks. The winning attack must be against an adventurer, and it must be on your turn. So here we go. Blue rolls top damage, and the defense die's got nothing for Orange. That's it, folks. Blue is victorious, and in an act of good faith, promptly pays everyone's tab before backflipping out the front door.
You know, what I think makes this game so fun is that it's boiled the classic RPG tavern brawl down to its essence. Like, the dice rolling, the fun, the crazy stuff that happens. You don't really get slowed down by how does grapple work, or the fear of the local police coming in and throwing everyone in jail. Just the good stuff. And, you know, the box does say ages 12 and up, but I think that's as much in part due to the rules complexity as it would be the concern of violence. I'd like to think, anyway. I mean, it seems to embrace the silliness and the absurd in the mechanics, like the kick somehow allowing you to heal. And in the artwork, too. I mean, it's just kind of over the top. So, all in all, good, clean fun. Check it out.
Thanks for watching our review today. For more information about board games, as well as the #1 board game audio podcast, check out Dicetower.com for reviews, interviews, and more. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.